Have you ever stopped to think about how your life would change if you truly accepted that it won't last forever? Most of us avoid thinking about death. We stay busy, distract ourselves, and focus on what's right in front of us. But according to the Tibetan book of living and dying, avoiding death may actually prevent us from fully living. In this video, we're exploring one of the most influential spiritual books of the last few decades, the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying by Sogyal Rinpoche. This book combines ancient Tibetan Buddhist wisdom with practical lessons about living a meaningful life, cultivating inner peace, and preparing for life's greatest certainty, death. Now, before we begin, it's worth noting that the author later became the subject of serious controversy. However, this review focuses on the ideas and teachings presented in the book itself, which have impacted millions of readers around the world. One of the book's central messages is that impermanence is not something to fear. In fact, recognizing that everything changes can become one of the most liberating realizations of our lives. Think about it. Many of our worries come from trying to hold on to things that are constantly changing. Our possessions, our relationships, our appearance, our status, and even our identities. The book teaches that suffering often arises when we resist change rather than accepting it. Instead of viewing impermanence as a threat, the author encourages us to see it as a reminder to appreciate each moment and focus on what truly matters. Another major theme is the nature of the mind. According to Tibetan Buddhist teachings, beneath the constant stream of thoughts, worries, and emotions lies a deeper awareness that is naturally peaceful, clear, and compassionate. The problem is that most people rarely experience this deeper nature because their minds are constantly distracted. That's where meditation comes in. Throughout the book, readers are encouraged to develop a regular meditation practice, not as a religious obligation, but as a practical tool for becoming more present and aware. The author explains that meditation helps us observe our thoughts rather than becoming trapped by them. Over time, this creates greater emotional balance, inner calm, and resilience. One of the most powerful sections of the book focuses on compassion. In a world that often rewards competition and self-interest, the book argues that genuine happiness comes from opening our hearts to others. Compassion is presented not as weakness, but as a source of strength. The more we learn to understand and care for others, the more connected and fulfilled we become ourselves. Perhaps the most unique aspect of this book is its exploration of death. Rather than treating death as a taboo subject, the author encourages readers to become familiar with it. The reasoning is simple. If we understand death, we can live with greater clarity and less fear. The book explores Tibetan teachings about what may happen during and after death, including the concept of the bardas, or transitional states of consciousness. Whether you accept these teachings literally or view them symbolically, they encourage deep reflection on how we live each day. Because ultimately, our lives are shaped by the choices we make right now. One of my favorite lessons from a book is this. The best preparation for death is learning how to live fully. When we cultivate awareness, kindness, gratitude, and purpose, we naturally become more at peace with life's uncertainties. So who should read this book? If you're interested in spirituality, mindfulness, meditation, personal growth, or finding deeper meaning in life, you'll likely find something valuable here. That said, some readers may find parts of the book challenging because of its strong Buddhist perspective and detailed discussions about death and rebirth. But even if you don't share those beliefs, the practical lessons on mindfulness, compassion, and impermanence are worth exploring. Overall, the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying is not just a book about death. It's a book about how to live. It reminds us that life is precious, time is limited, and the quality of our lives depends largely on where we place our attention. If you've read this book, let us know your biggest takeaway in the comments below. And if you enjoy book reviews and summaries that help you grow, think deeper, and live better, be sure to subscribe to GrowBooks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.